greetings to everyone. I am Riddhi Shukla, student of class 8D, and today I will tell you a beautiful story of Surdas and a slipper. It shows the Guru Shishya relation. Also, happy Guru Purnima to everyone. Surdas was an eager student who wanted to learn about spirituality. He met a guru who accepted him as a disciple. The guru found that Surdas was hampered by his quality of getting angry easily, which prevented him from learning. Thus, the guru decided to make Surdas shed his anger. The guru said, "Dear Surdas, chant the God's name during all your activities for 1 month. Then take a bath and come back to me." Surdas followed the Guru's instructions, and the day after the month was over, he went to meet his Guru. On his way to Guru's ashram, a sweeper on the street carelessly put dirt on his clothes. Surdas got angry and scolded the sweeper. "What are you doing, you fool? Now I have to go back, wash and dry these clothes and bath again. Such a waste of time." The Guru had observed the scene, and when Surdas reached the ashram, he told him, "Dear Surdas, you are not yet ready for further spiritual practice. Chant the God's name during all your activities for another month. Take a bath at the end of it and come to see me." After a month, he eagerly went to his Guruji's ashram, and the same thing was repeated. Surdas again became really angry and blamed the sweeper. After bathing, he met his Guru, who asked Surdas to chant God's name for 1 more month. 1 month passed, and this time the same incident happened when Surdas went to meet his Guru. However, this time Surdas addressed the sweeper softly, saying, "Thank you. You are my master. You have helped me to overcome my anger." The sweeper felt bad for his action. This time, as Surdas approached his Guru's hermitage, he could see his Guru standing in front of the hermitage welcoming him. Guru told Surdas that now he is ready to teach him. What is the moral of the story? First, only a Guru knows what a student is lacking of and can give solutions. As a student, you must have faith in Guru's words and follow them with devotion.
Today is Guru Purnima, one of the most special days celebrated in India. And I am here to express my thoughts on this beautiful day. We celebrate Guru Purnima to thank all our teachers for all the knowledge they've given to us. And this day also marks the relationship between a teacher and a student. This is a very strong relationship. The bond between a guru and a shishya. And whoever has understood this relationship has reached success in his life. Like if you talk about examples, there are many. Like Rishi Vashisht, who trained Shri Ram and Lakshman to such a great personalities, and Rishi Valmiki, who trained Love Kush to such a great warriors. And one of my most favorite relationships, the relation between Ramakrishna Paramhans and Swami Vivekanand. And today I want to thank all my teachers who have taught me anything good, because a good education can change anyone, but a good teacher can change everything. I am Anshuman Bhadoria from MPVM Ganga Gurukulam, here to present my thoughts on this beautiful day, Guru Purnima.
शुभ प्रभात आदरणीय शिक्षकगण एवं मेरे प्रिय सहपाठियों, आप सभी को गुरु पूर्णिमा की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। इस पावन पर्व पर मैं अनन्या पांडे 8D की छात्रा आपके लिए एक कहानी प्रस्तुत करना चाहती है। इस कहानी का नाम है सच्चा शिष्य। बहुत समय पहले की बात है, एक गुरुकुल था जो बहुत विशाल और प्रसिद्ध था। उसके आचार्य बहुत विद्वान थे और एक दिन उन्होंने अपने सभी छात्रों को अपने पास बुलाया और कहा, प्रिय शिष्यों, मैंने तुम सबको एक समस्या का हल खोजने के लिए यहाँ पर बुलाया है। तुम्हारी शिक्षा पूरी हो गई है और मेरी कन्या विवाह के योग्य हो गई है, परंतु मेरे पास उसके विवाह के लिए पर्याप्त धन नहीं है। मेरी समझ में नहीं आ रहा कि ऐसे में मैं क्या करूं। क्या तुम्हारे पास समाधान है? इस पर कुछ धनवानों के पुत्र आगे बढ़े और बोले, आचार्य, हम अपने घरों से सभी ज़रूरतें वाली सामग्रियां और कुछ धन आपके पास लाकर रख देंगे और आप उसे हमारे गुरु दक्षिणा के रूप में स्वीकार करिएगा। इस पर गुरु ने कहा, नहीं, पर यदि मैंने ऐसा किया तो तुम्हारे माता पिता क्या सोचेंगे? वो कहेंगे कि गुरु तो बहुत लोभी है। इस पर वो छात्र पीछे हटे। फिर एक बालक बोला, तो ऐसे में हम क्या कर सकते हैं आचार्य? कृपया आप हमें ही बताएं। फिर आचार्य बोले, तुम लोग अपने घरों से सारे जो मेरी ज़रूरतें के सामान हैं उन्हें चुरा कर मेरे पास लाना और अपने घर वालों से बिल्कुल मत बताना, और ऐसे में मेरा काम भी हो जाएगा और समाज में मेरी इज्जत भी रहेगी। इस पर सभी छात्रों ने स्वीकार किया और कहा, ठीक है, हम ऐसा ही करेंगे। कुछ दिनों में सभी छात्र एक एक करके गुरु के सारी ज़रूरतों वाले सामान गुरु को देते गए और अपने घर वालों को पता न चलने दिया। ऐसा करते करते बहुत दिन बीत गए और गुरु के पास बहुत सारे सामान इकट्ठे हो गए जो उनके ज़रूरत के थे। फिर एक दिन गुरु ने एक शिष्य से पूछा कि बेटा, तुमने अभी तक मेरे लिए एक भी सामान क्यों नहीं लाया? सारे छात्र मेरे लिए हर कुछ ना कुछ सामान लाते हैं, परंतु तुमने ऐसा क्यों नहीं किया? क्या तुम मेरे शिष्य नहीं हो? इस पर शिष्य ने बोला, आचार्य, मैंने अपने आप को यह पाप इसलिए नहीं करने दिया क्योंकि मेरे घर वाले तो नहीं देख रहे हैं कि मैं चोरी कर रहा हूँ, परंतु मैं खुद तो वो सारी चीज़ें देख रहा हूँ ना, और मैं ऐसा पाप नहीं कर सकता हूँ। ऐसा नहीं है कि मेरे घर में कोई चीज़ें नहीं हैं, परंतु मैं इस पाप में आपका साथ नहीं दे सकता हूँ। ये आप ही का ज्ञान है गुरुदेव, इसलिए मैं इस पाप में आपका सहभागी नहीं बन सकूँगा। कृपया मुझे क्षमा करें। ऐसा बोलने पर गुरु ने बोला, वाह मेरे शिष्य, तुम तो मेरे सच्चे शिष्य निकले और मैंने जैसा ज्ञान दिया था तुमने बिल्कुल उसका पालन किया। यह सिर्फ और सिर्फ
On the outskirts of a big city in Japan, there stood an old temple. Young boys who wanted to study Buddhism would come to live in the temple and to learn from the master teacher, a Buddhist monk. One day, he decided to teach his young students a lesson. He gathered them around him and spoke. My dear students, as you can see, I am growing old and slow. I can no longer provide for the needs of the temple as I once did. I know I have not yet taught you to work for money, and so I can only think of one thing that can keep our school from closing. The students drew close with eyes wide. Our nearby city is full of wealthy people with more money in their purses than they could ever need. I want you to go into the city and follow those rich people as they walk through the crowded streets or when they walk down the deserted alleyways. When no one is looking, and only when no one is looking, you must steal the purses from them. That way, we will have enough money to keep our school alive. But master, the boys chorused in disbelief. You have taught us that it is wrong to take anything that does not belong to us. Yes, indeed I have, the old monk replied. It would be wrong to steal it if it were not absolutely necessary. And remember, you must not be seen. If anyone can see you, you must not steal. Do you understand? The boys looked nervously from one to the other. Yes, master, they said quietly. Good, he said. Now go and remember, you must not be seen. The boys got up and quietly began to file out of the temple building. The old man rose slowly and watched them go. When he turned back inside, he saw that one student was still standing quietly. Why did you not go with the others? He asked the boy. Do you not want to help save our temple? I do, master, said the boy quietly. But you said that we had to steal without being seen. I know that there is no place on earth that I would not be seen, for I would always see myself. He then gathered everyone and told them the words the boy had spoken, and they all understood the lesson. No matter what we do, we always have a part of ourselves that's quietly watching and knows right from wrong and can guide us if we listen.